Give me a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, everybody, to We're Not the Experts podcast. I am Big Con. That is Big Flop. And
Heyo.
Flappy. Wait, let me reset real quick.
Okay, yeah.
How are you? I was going to
I'm
jump
doing
right
good,
in,
I'm doing
but
good.
I forgot. I always ask how you doing.
Yeah.
I want to flip back to that.
I'm doing all right. Doing all right. A little behind the 8 ball a little bit today, but had a long day yesterday, but that's all right. How about yourself? How you doing?
I'm okay, actually. Work was fine. Everything was fine.
There you go. Nothing wrong with fine.
Yeah, nothing like superbulous, but nothing terrible. So
There
I
you
will
go.
take that and run off into the wind.
What's the one show that you told me to watch? Sorry, I just totally jumped off track there. It was the one like that was about special ops people.
Special Ops Lioness
There you
on
go. Okay.
Paramount.
Okay.
Hmm?
I might try and download that onto my iPad tonight.
Are you going away
I'm traveling.
for like a day or two?
Yeah, it's only like a little over a day.
Okay, not bad.
So
Very nice.
I'm
I
gonna try
hope
and watch
so.
that on the airplanes.
I think you'll really like it because I think it's Paramount. But after the pod, I'll look it up for you.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll find it later.
Yeah, you can just Google it because you're a normal
Anyway.
person.
Sorry, I jumped off a track there.
That's all right. I forgot what I was going to say, so it's your fault.
Something about.
Yeah. Oh, I finished my book.
Yeah, you did.
I finished a book.
You texted me. You said you get 1 of 10 down.
1 of 10 down. I'm almost done another one.
I say we're on the 29th, so
I'm good.
If you hold this pace, you'll be good.
I'll be good.
You'll even have about a month and a half, 2 months to spare at the end of it all,
which would be nice. And I'm already almost done the second one because I was kind of listening to two at once.
What was the first one that you finished?
It was the Wolf Age. It's a Viking book about.
Oh, is it the Viking one?
Yeah,
that we
about
talked
like
about last time?
950 to 1050. Really, really interesting stuff. But the other one I'm about to finish is the Patrick Stewart one, which is just getting better and better. It's really funny when I like leave work because I listen to it on my way and like to work and home from work normally. And I'll like run to my car and I'm like, ooh.
Oh yeah, you're like excited to watch it.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So I told you all I would update you as I go. And it's going. So
1 of 10 down. There you go.
1 of 10.
Check mark in the box done.
Yes. I have a couple things I'm going to talk about.
Okay. Hit me with them.
I'm going to jump right into them. I did tweet this out on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't care.
Twitter.
It's always going to be Twitter.
It's Twitter. It's always going to be Twitter.
I'm
grateful for Elon Musk for buying it. Still got to be Twitter. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't change it from X. Like it doesn't come out. What I was Xing, like that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, no.
I X that, like, no.
Yeah.
It's bad. Anyway.
Yeah. It sounds like something you do on a drunk night.
Right. So Nintendo put out a statement on Palworld, which to be fair, so Pal the statement basically said that they were going to investigate Palworld for possible trademark violation. Which, if you look at some of them, you're like, yeah.
So I have mixed feelings about that. I have mixed feelings about trademark in general because to a degree, trademarking in general kind of goes against a free market because if you're able to trademark something, I'm not able to provide competition. And it always seems so like random as to what you can trademark. And like an example, I was thinking about this earlier, like Apple makes touchscreen phones, Samsung makes touchscreen phones, Motorola makes touchscreen phones. Like all these different companies make touchscreen phones. So like whoever the first one that made a touchscreen phone, like could they not why is there not a trademark on the touchscreen technology? You know what I mean? Like so like there's things where it's like it seems very arbitrary where like some stuff is like, oh, you like trademarked this, like you can't make anything similar to this, and then some stuff it's like there's competition all over the place. And like I said, trademarking in general goes against a free market. And it, like I said, if you create X product and I figure out how to make the same product for cheaper, like I'm providing competition for you now. Like I'm forcing you to figure out a way to be more efficient and make a superior product, either quality wise or price wise.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I don't disagree with that.
so
I get some of it if it's like a creative. I'm not saying that touchscreen phones aren't creative. I don't want to,
yeah,
because it's very
that was just
creative.
an example of like something that like it was a technology that was invented that
Right.
then multiple people like companies have used.
Right.
But like, and it's like one of those things where it always seems like in the trademarking, especially in like the video game industry, that it's always these like AAA giants that are like
Mm-hmm.
trying to trademark every little bitty thing that
Right.
small indie devs like do. And most of the time, it doesn't fail that they're doing it to indie devs that are more successful than the AAA bullshit that they put out. So it's
Although,
just one of those things where it's like, what do you really trademark? Like, why are you like,
right, it's to stop competition. I agree.
yeah.
Which,
And
and
when
then
it's
you
like,
kind of go into
what is
like
the trademark like?
demonopolized.
Because the creature that they drew looks similar to, and like where, so how do you define, like, you know what I mean? Like, where do you make
Yeah.
that? Like, is it the
Some of
texture?
them,
Is it the shape? Is it the
it's the
color? Is it
colors, the
the,
shape. Like
and
there's
it's like, so now
some,
you're, but so like you're trademarking colors now? Like
I,
you can't make, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's such a vague,
I
like,
agree.
it's such a, and then like, same thing with like a design. It's like, so you're saying that like, where do, you know, okay, they made this cat looking thing. Well, you have a cat looking thing. So is like you can't have anything that looks like a cat, or it looks close enough like a cat to your cat that it's like not like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like it's such a vague
Yeah.
like scale that it's like yeah, you know what I mean? Like
There's some of them that look
that's my
really
issue.
similar though. There's like,
Yes. And like for example, like I don't know if you've ever watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged. So there was a
mm,
company called Team 4 Star that made a YouTube series called Dragon Ball Z Abridged. And they took old video from Dragon Ball Z and they revoiced over it and like remade the series in like a parody style thing.
mm,
Lots of their stuff got copyrighted, which that part I get. They're using the literal footage from Dragon Ball Z,
right,
redoing the voice. So like they're using actual footage. So if they took like actual coded models from Nintendo and like actually like the same fucking models, like the same code, I would agree with that. If they
right,
draw their own character, I don't care how similar it is, it's still their own design. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it would be statistically impossible for a individual, for me and for you to draw something and then me to look at it and draw the exact same thing, like to the detail, like to the literal exact same item, where if you laid them over each other, they would perfectly match in a complex drawing. Like, yeah, if you draw a line, I could draw a line. If you draw a square, I could probably draw a square and get pretty, you know what I mean? So like things like that. I'm talking
maybe.
about like a complex picture. Um,
Which what?
so I
Oh,
feel
that's
like
what a Pokemon
if
is.
they're drawing it themselves, like it's going to be different to a degree.
Right.
So where is that line of like it's different enough to not be there? Like even if they took inspiration from their stuff,
Right.
like there's lots of trademarks out there that like are the same but have
Right.
one small variation that changes it and makes it no longer like violating that trademark. So I don't know. It
Right.
just seems very, it seems very arbitrary, and it seems like if Nintendo is going to do anything, it's going to be a classic thing of I have more money than you and I'm going to throw more money at this than you're going to want to throw at it, and they're just going to like try and bully them out of the market. Like it's going to be one
Maybe.
of those things where it's like I'm just going to like I can invest more money into this for longer than you can. So
Right.
I'm going to do a war of attrition and just beat and just like wait you out, because I can invest millions of dollars in this over the course of 5 or 10 years and you can't afford to do that. So like
Right.
that's what it kind of feels like.
Yeah, it might be, and that would be fucked up. And but I feel like also like
AAA
if
companies do it all the time.
right, if I was a small little dev and like I was going up against them and they started doing that, I would just leak that shit because you're gonna get like popular like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're
but if
gonna
they
get
cut off, like, if they can get the court system to suspend the sales of the game
yeah,
until it's, and like, then they can just draw it out. Like, they may have a way to cut off revenue to where, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm saying,
right,
like, it's just a war of attrition. Like, yeah, you can fight for a while, but it's like, how long are you going to be able to fight like a AAA giant? And like, I'm not saying that, like, they couldn't win still, but like,
right,
most of those situations, like the big brand corporations are able to just outlast the smaller competition,
right,
or they outlast them to a point and they say, okay, well, we're just going to pay you X amount of money for your product and we're just going to buy you out of the market.
right,
And then so then the devs sitting there looking at it and they're like, oh shit, you know, I've been back, like I've already got a couple $1 million of legal fees stacked up, like they're offering me $100 million for this project, like I'm just gonna take the $100 million and like go about my day. So that's that. I like generally that's how those kind of things go on whenever you have large corporations going up against small corporation or small like private entities like that.
Right, which
Not
sucks.
saying that's going to happen here. Who knows? I mean, but I could
Yeah,
absolutely like Nintendo's been a shitbag before. Like I could absolutely see them doing that.
yeah.
I've seen many YouTubers that have reviewed like Nintendo games like Mario and things like that, and like used very small clippets of audio or something like that, and they'll copyright the whole video. Like
Yeah.
they'll copyright claim the whole video, and
Yeah,
YouTube
there's
like
a
demonetizes it and stuff. So Nintendo is known for being very stingy and very
yeah, they just I mean,
um
yeah. Yeah. They I
so,
watched a guy talk about it on TikTok, and he was like he's like I don't review Nintendo
mhm.
games because they're so hardcore. And I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, they
Like if
are.
you show any video, any audio, something like that. And I was always told that there was like a certain amount that you could show. Like you
Yeah,
couldn't show more than
I
15
think you and
consecutive
I
seconds or
looked that
something like
up.
that.
I think when I was
Um,
streaming more, you and I looked it up because I was worried about something, and there is no time limit. It's
yeah.
whatever it is. Like I had something that had like 5 seconds of other like some song, and it was
Yeah.
like copywritten, but like it was okay for YouTube, and I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like
And that may be a YouTube thing that they allow so many seconds or something. I
right, or
don't know.
some artists
Um,
probably are like, I don't care. Like
yeah.
put my music. Like if I was an artist, this is just me.
I would.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
care. Like you want to
Free
use my
publicity.
right,
Yeah.
as long as like I don't care. As long as you're not like I'm singing this song.
Yeah. This song
Like
is my creation. Yeah.
only
Like
mine.
you wouldn't if it was given if credit was given to me, like if I made a song and like
Hmm.
you at least put like my info down in the description and stuff and actually gave me credit for the song, I wouldn't
I
care.
wouldn't care.
Um,
I
but
agree with that.
like I said, I just know Nintendo is known for being very, very, very cutthroat and very much like you don't infringe on our stuff.
And it's kind of sad, but whatever. I mean,
It is. Like I said, it's well, and it's sad, but then it's also kind of funny because it's like I said, like they're sitting there going like, "Oh, this fucking indie dev, like this one person development game." Because I think it's an individual that developed Palworld. I don't
really.
think it was like, I mean, or if it was a team, it was a very small team.
Mm.
And it's like this game is getting way more like it's funny to see all these small games getting so much more traction than AAA titles. And you
Oh
would
yeah, it
think
is.
the writing would be on the wall for them that they're fucking up somewhere. That we're tired of microtransactions. We're tired of incomplete games that are super buggy that you're going to sell to us in DLCs later and all this other bullshit that goes along with it. You would think they would start to figure out that that's what's going on and maybe fix that shit. But they don't ever seem to do that. They just go, "Oh, why are they like this game? They stole our stuff. That's why they're so popular."
All right,
So, yeah.
I agree with
It's
that.
just funny to see the indie devs like we've talked about this in the podcast in the past that like I think we're going into an era where like indie devs are going to take over.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you have an early access game that has 2 million concurrent players and is more playtime than AAA titles like Warzone, like Call of Duty and stuff like that have hundreds of millions of dollars of budgets. Like
Yeah,
that's a
it
problem.
shows.
Like you
Right.
shouldn't be fucking that shit up.
Right, you
Like
think about some of these little indie devs that if they had that budget,
mhm.
what the fuck would they produce? Like,
Yeah.
holy
They had the
shit.
resources that you had.
Right.
Like so
That
it's
game, it would be
interesting.
like another world. Like, you just
Yeah.
like go in there and it would literally be like everything. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, we're seeing a very it's an interesting time to be involved in video games because we're seeing a change in
Mm.
like an
Which is,
era. Because
I'm happy.
yeah, because
I'm.
those all the AAA games like that's the thing is like they used to make great games. Like when I was growing up, like before
Hmm.
microtransactions, before DLC, like used to when in the old like Modern Warfare, like
Hmm.
Modern Warfare 2, like World at War days, like they just released the game. Like they made the game and then they released it and you played it and everyone played hundreds of hours and it was great and you had campaigns and you had multiplayer and you had zombies and like co-op stuff. I mean, you had all this stuff and
Hmm.
it was a complete game.
Right.
There wasn't like you didn't go in there and buy microtransactions. You didn't go
Hmm.
in there like you just got the game. And they get used to be like that. And
Yeah.
now it's all DLC stuff, microtransactions. We're still charging you full price for the game, and then we're gonna sell you the remainder of the game in $30 increments over the next 5 years, and it's just gotten to be crap.
Right. They just want the money.
Yeah, and like I said, it used to not be like that, and that's the sad part because
I agree.
we grew up at like I gamed in that era of the Halo 2, Halo
Oh,
3.
hell.
Like those games were so good. They were so good and they were complete. And then even like Halo 3 had the Forge mode so people could go make community and like everyone would stay up till 3 a.m. playing fucking Halo,
Mm-hmm.
playing the user created maps and drinking Mountain Dew and just having a fucking time of our lives, dude. And now they ruined all that shit because everything is microtransactions and
Yeah,
it sucks now.
it does suck now. I agree with you. So,
I'll get off my high horse now.
moving on to the next one. Palworld is a fun game, and I do hope
is.
it doesn't go anywhere. Moving on to my next one because this is phenomenal, and it's. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is important stuff that's happening in this world that I'm about to share with you. Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I don't know. Am I? Depends on what you're about to say.
So 2 activists. Okay.
Okay.
I believe they were climate like activists. Okay.
Okay.
Important stuff here. Okay. I could be
All right.
wrong about the climate thing, but I'm pretty sure it's climate. But it could be. But these 2 individuals, are very, very brave. They threw soup at the Mona Lisa.
I did see this. I saw this TikTok.
So what they did was they brought in soup, right? And we're like, Mona Lisa is the reason why climate change is happening.
I'm gonna soup it.
I'm gonna throw soup at this painting.
Which is it's funny on so many levels. Because the first and most obvious one is, that's not the real Mona Lisa.
Right.
Like there's no, like it's not the real one. It's not the real Mona Lisa.
And I'm pretty sure there's glass around it
There
as well.
absolutely is. There's a thick, because I've actually seen it. There's a thick fucking sheet of bulletproof glass behind it.
Right.
So first thing is it's not the real thing.
Right.
Second thing is that fucking glass could probably withstand an explosion. So your little can of fucking Campbell's soup is not gonna fucking.
The soup is stopping.
So yeah, no, it's always. Here's the other thing, and I heard this somewhere else. Someone was talking about it, and I it's funny because I kind of like share that opinion that like, let's say that the Mona Lisa was actually there and not behind glass, all of that. Would you really care?
Like me, personal?
Yeah, like if they went up there and just threw soup on the actual Mona Lisa and fucking ruined it, would you actually care though?
I'd be okay. So this is where I differ from some people, and I would care a little bit, probably about that much. All right,
I would care long enough to go, damn, that's wild. That's it. I don't care anymore. Like I'm done. Like
but it's
and I've seen it. Like I've seen the Mona Lisa. So like
well, you haven't seen the real thing though. But
well, yeah, but I've seen as close to it as I could. But I'm like, if you want my honest opinion, like I don't even see what's so fucking great about the picture.
It's just cool. So I don't understand the whole Mona Lisa part, but I think it would be annoying. It would annoy me more than I would be upset. I would be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like this is a old ass painting. I don't know when from, but this is like a culturally significant painting.
Why though?
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He's a famous artist. I mean, like there's a little bit of, it's a little bit of like I don't know. I just culture. I think I just like old stuff. I think I'm
okay. Yeah, I can see that. Part of my thing is like. I like have you ever been to the place where it's like the sandcastle art and it's like a sandcastle art show?
No, but I would love to do that.
So it's a sandcastle and like people go and make super, super beautiful sandcastle, like different things, sculptures and all kinds of shit. But the beauty of them is that they go away. So like the thing about it is like it's not permanent. Like so so everyone makes these very pretty like sculpture. And I think some of the places do it with ice too, like in the snow in the winter. Yeah. And like but the kind of the moral behind it is that like this is a very beautiful, great like work of art, but it's not permanent. Like it's gonna go away. And so like there's a little bit of beauty in knowing that like it's like you see it and it's like this is really cool, and then next time I'm here, it's not gonna be here.
Right.
So it's like that's part of my thing with like the Mona Lisa is that like it was cool. I wouldn't care if it was gone because like that's part of the like I don't really care that it's here, so I'm not gonna care that it like my life would not change if they were like, oh, we lost the Mona Lisa. I'd be like, yeah, that's wild. That'd be it.
See, I would be a little more like, I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
well, if someone destroyed it, I would be like, that's kind of a dick move. But then that's all I would like care about.
Right.
Like that's the extent of how much I would care.
Right.
But like I said, I'm not a super sentimental person to like things, because most things can be replaced. Like unless it's something that holds personal meaning to me that was given to me by a family member, spouse, friends, like something like that, like things like that. I care about more, like stuff that's like monetary. Like if I like, some people are like, oh, I love my car. Like, oh, I wouldn't know what would happen if you know, if I got into a car. Dude, if I got into a car accident, my car was totaled, I'd go out and buy a different one. Like I'd take the insurance money and I'd go buy a different vehicle. Like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's a vehicle. Like it's gonna be the same. You know what I mean? Like I'd be like, damn, I kind of like that truck. Oh well, like so on so on. Now again, significant value. Like if I had a car that like me and my dad worked on when we were younger, and like there was emotional tie to it, then that would be different.
Me and you made it or something.
Yeah, when we're multi-billionaires and you buy me a fucking Lamborghini or something, yeah, I'm gonna care about it a little bit. No, but no, like other than that, like it has to be something that has personal meaning to me
Mm.
for me to really care about it. Do I think it would be like, it'd be like, ah, damn, like bummer if something happened to it? Yeah, but that's about it. Like
I
after that, I wouldn't really care anymore.
I understand that. I think I would be more just annoyed. I mean, it wouldn't change my life, but I would just be, I would probably stick on it a little bit longer. I'd be like, are you
It would
like,
be more aggravated that the person did that than the actual act of than the actual painting being destroyed. Like I would be like, that's just kind of a dick thing to do, and not really going to solve anything.
right?
More
Like
so
throw
than
soup
being
on it.
upset. You know what I mean? Like yeah, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like that's pretty much it.
Yeah. People are
But
weird.
people, I don't know. It's like, don't you have better things to do with your time? Like, I mean, really though, like, I don't know that I've ever been so mad about something where I'm like, I'm gonna throw soup on it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Well,
don't fucking,
the Mona Lisa's have been like they throw so much shit at it. Like
yeah.
it's been attacked like 3 or 4
Well,
different times.
and like,
I
there's
don't
these
know
people that go
why.
out and like super glue their hand onto the pavement and shit like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
why?
Why are you doing
Like, what are you
that?
doing? Like, why are we doing?
What's going on?
What's going on, dude? Like, why are we doing this? Like, really, why are we doing? Like, why? Like, what is happening with all this? And it's funny to me because I'm gonna get a little bit political here, but not super. But like, they'll do that, but then they'll stand behind the politicians that go and fly private jets around everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, I don't get like I'm not taking climate control seriously until the politicians stop. And I don't care which side you're on. All politicians. Until you stop flying around private jets and pumping up more CO or more like carbon emissions into the atmosphere than I will in 10 of my fucking lifetimes. Like you're not gonna tell me this shit. Like you're not gonna tell me that we're that like I'm killing the fucking environment and I need to take the bus when you're flying around private jets that are big enough to go around the world on one tank of fuel. Like
Mm-hmm.
no, like we're not doing that.
Yep.
Like I'm not gonna listen to what you're saying. Sorry. Like you're not. When your ass is going through security at TSA and you're sitting in coach with me, then we can talk about it. But until then,
until
I'm not
until
fucking
I sit
listening to what
next
you
to
have to
you.
say about it. Like,
Right.
if you don't care enough to not fly a private jet and not have your fucking caravan of Escalades that you have, then it's not that big of a deal, obviously. Because the second that you start making exceptions for minorities like that, or for like the minority group of people like that, then like
Good
there's a
save.
fucking problem, huh?
It's a good save.
I meant like when you start making an exception for a group of people.
I know.
That's like that. Then like, what's the point of making the rule to begin with? And then like you get into the thing of it's like, well, y'all can't do this, but I can do this, and it's like that ain't how it fucking works, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like a law is a law. It's not. It's not like thou shalt not kill unless ... you're so and so. You know what I mean? Like, but
not how God made those commandments. Like this guy, he's cool to kill people. Yeah. He's good.
Yeah. You can only rob if you are
right. Don't be envious of your neighbor unless he's got a Lambo.
Yeah, unless he's flying a fucking jet, dude. Then you be envious of that motherfucker.
Right. Then you can covet thy neighbor. Okay. But not if he's driving a Ford F-150. Don't.
Yeah. But that's the stuff that I like. It's like they protest the Amazon trucks delivering things, and then they go on Amazon and order the shirt that says like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so it's like that kind of thing that
Amazon sells that shirt.
Yeah, like it's
fuck Amazon. Yeah.
What was the one that one person that she wore that dress to the gala that said "tax the rich," and it was like the company that made the shirt or the dress was like being fined for like not paying taxes for the last like 5 years or something. But like they were under like investigation for not paying taxes. That was the company that designed and made the shirt. It's like, well, come on, dude. Like,
right. And then like when they wear that kind of stuff and they make millions of dollars, I'm like, how much
Yeah.
do
At
you
this
pay in
private
taxes?
event for all of the rich people.
Right. How
Like, for
much
all the one that has like the ticket to it is like $10 million for like just the
mhm,
basic entry ticket, and you're wearing your statement
tax the
piece that
rich?
says tax the rich on there. I'm
Yeah.
like, Jesus, dude.
You are the rich.
Yeah.
Tax
Like, I
yourself.
hope that's satire. Like,
Yeah. Go tax yourself.
yeah. But
Literally.
oh well.
I agree. So those were my two main ones. I'm gonna ask you a deep question. Do you want a deep
Oh,
question?
deep me. Go in
Um,
deep.
I do have something written.
Oh, you lied to me from the beginning. He was like, "Oh, there's nothing on that notepad."
Oh,
Liar.
so what happens when we die?
I don't know. I honest to God don't know, and I think that's the beauty of it. Like if I
That's the
knew,
beauty. That gives me hella
Mhm.
anxiety.
Yeah, but like if you knew,
I'd rather know. I'd
I
rather
would.
know there was nothing, or there was something.
It ruin if you know that there's
Ruins.
something, or if you know that there's nothing, it ruins the journey.
I'll be honest with you. The crippling anxiety I have at nighttime sometimes about what's going to happen to me when I die. Sometimes I'm thinking ruin the journey.
My thing
Okay.
is that like if you didn't have anxiety about the journey, you'd have anxiety about something else.
Sometimes I think I'd rather have anxiety about something else.
I'm just saying, like I don't know, like honestly, like I don't know, and I honest to God, like I don't care. Like I don't want
Really?
to say I don't care, but I don't want I don't care. I don't want to know. That's what I meant to say. Like I don't know, and I don't want to know. Like if someone was like, if a reliable source came up to me and was like, I say reliable source, it's pretty much like
If God
if
comes
a
up.
superficial being or something came up to me and was like, I can tell you exactly what happens when you die, I'd be like, no thanks.
Can you, when he does ask you that, can you route him my way?
I don't want to know, but my buddy, he really, really wants to
You
know.
really want? He's probably up
And
thinking
I
about it right
think
now.
I don't know. I think it would like I said, like if I was told like, oh yeah, nothing happens when you die, like you just nothing. I like it would
That's
change.
terrifying, bro.
It is, but like, what am I gonna do about it right now?
I don't know.
Like,
Think about it.
yeah, and that's gonna ruin the rest of my life, knowing that I'm gonna go into nothingness when I die. Like,
I
you know
think
what I
that
mean?
would
Like,
make me want to. I think I would become like a much more like carefree fucking person. Be like, all right, like let's fucking blow all our money.
but why? Why would that make you more carefree?
Because I don't know.
There you go. See, that's what I mean. Like,
It doesn't work
at
like
the
that.
end of the
The
day,
anxiety doesn't work like that. There you
that's
go.
what I'm saying. Though, like
You're
you're gonna have like you would have anxiety about something else because like if you knew that nothing happened when you died, then you would be having anxiety about nothing happening when you die. You'd be like, oh my god, I gotta spend eternity in darkness. Like I don't know what's going like, but like you just have anxiety about
oh
knowing that
god.
nothing happened now.
Oh
You know what I mean?
god.
Like, see, like that's exactly what I say. And then if you knew that there was an afterlife, or maybe there, let's say there was a heaven and a hell. Now you're going to have anxiety about like, oh my god, like I want to make sure I get into heaven. Like I need to do this. You know what I mean? Like so now you're going to have other anxiety. Like I just live my life and I just try and be the best person that I can. Like I'm not always great. Like sometimes I do things that I shouldn't do, and there's
Yeah, you
sometimes
hurt
that
my
like there's things
feelings.
that I look back on and I'm like, I was a real bitch there. Like I shouldn't have done that. I try and like live the best life that I can. I try and do the things like I try and do things that if I so like I like if there I believe in an afterlife and I believe like in an like God and all of that.
Are you saying
So I
if or you
try and
do?
I do, yes.
Okay.
Um I understand some people don't, and that's like
Right.
I'm all for everyone making their own decisions, but I do believe in like I'm Christian and I do believe in God and I do believe in Christianity, so that's my belief.
Same.
I try and live life with the attitude of like if I'm faced with a choice at the end of the day, like I want to be able to say why I made the choice that I made if I'm asked by my creator at the end of my life, like, hey, why did you do this here? You know what I mean? Like when no one else is watching and like there like for example, like there was something that like I had to go to like here a while back that I didn't really want to go to, but I knew that the person that wanted me there like for a reason.
Right.
And I was like, I really don't want to go. And I was like, oh yeah, like, I could like say I'm sick or something.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, that would be the shit. Like at the end of the day, like if I'm looking over my whole life and they're like, hey, like why'd you do this here? Like there was no real reason for me to not go.
You weren't sick.
Yeah, I wasn't sick. I just didn't want to. And like that's just kind of a like a shitty thing to do from my opinion in that situation. And like that is something that like if I was asked at the end of my life, why did you make this decision here? I wouldn't have a good answer for it, and I would feel like shit for that. So like I try and like live my life based off of like I want to like if even if I made the wrong decision, I want to at least be able to say why I made the decision that I made. If that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Like I want to at least be able to say it was like I thought about it and it was a calculated decision. It was, why did you decide to do this right here? And it's like, well, at the time I was thinking that like this was the best course of action because of XYZ.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
So I don't want to make all the right decisions because like that's impossible.
I do.
I just want to be able to try and make the best decisions that I can, and one that like I'm not gonna like I don't want to say regret, but like yeah, like I don't want to just like do it just because.
Right.
Like if I'm asked at the end of my life like why I did it, like I want to be able to give an answer that's an acceptable answer, even though it was the wrong decision. Like that I still like did the best that I could.
Right.
So,
I get that.
So like I said, my back to your original question, it wouldn't change how I live my life. If I knew that nothing happened, I would still try and be a good person because I don't want to not be a good person.
Right.
And if I knew that something happened, I would still try and be like as good a person as I can. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, I get it.
And like I said, I think that takes like part of the joy of life is that we don't know what's going to happen.
Joy
and
is a strong word.
Huh? Oh, I think that's what makes it unique. Like that's what makes life
unique is a better word.
That, like we have to like live it day by day, and that's like part of it. Like yeah, sure, it sucks sometimes, but there's also times that it's great. Like there's times that things happen, and you're like, you know what I mean? Like this could be the episode that the podcast blows up on, and we get thousands of views and this and that. You know what I mean? So then it's like, oh, cool. Like we're living through, like you know what I mean? Like you just kind of, if you knew it was going to happen, it wouldn't be fun.
I think I would also like to know when the podcast would blow up. Like,
no, you'll know when you log in and you see thousands of views on a pod, and then you'll be like, oh, this is so cool. Like, but then it'll be exciting and it'll be fun. And if you knew it was going to.
It would be still fun.
You would do it different. If you knew, you would do it different.
I know. I get it.
So that's my philosophy at the end of the day.
Well, thanks for answering my question. I wrote that down. I am working on a more. See, I'm working on a deep episode for us. Where we're going to dive into.
Floppy and Con go deep.
That's what I was going to call it. Actually.
Balls deep.
Balls deep. Floppy and Con balls deep in deepness. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm working on that.
Nice.
So be prepared.
Oh, I'm always prepared.
I know you are. I wanted to throw that at you, and you knocked it right out of the park. You do that for every single fucking thing, and it's so annoying. Okay.
Why?
I don't know. Why you gotta be so goddamn smart? Like
cool, calm, and collected, baby. Cool as a cucumber.
And I'm like the fucking lunatic.
It's yin and yang, dude.
Yeah, that's why we've matched so well. You're like, I'm calm and I'm insane.
What is it in Talladega Nights? He's like, that's you in the car, bonding together.
Like Floppy sends
the steering wheel.
Floppy sends one text. I send 17.
Yeah.
That's how our conversations go. I'm like, what is it? What do you? I'm
in this, and I'm
he's just like
vibing, dude.
And I'm like, answer me.
Oh Lord.
Well, that'll be the end of the potty casty.
Fuck was that?
I fucked up Andy, so I just went with it.
Oh, try that one again.
That is the end of the podcast, everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Remember, you can subscribe to the podcast and get all sorts of cool features that aren't out yet.
Yes.
But we would like your money in a very rude way. Okay.
Just remember that he said that, not me. Don't cancel me, cancel him. Also, a couple of things. We've got a new logo.
We do have a
courtesy of Mr. Khan here. He did most of the work. I helped out a little bit.
And one of my coworkers also helped me with another part of that. And
with that new logo, he made a couple of different merch things, a couple of different hoodies. I think hoodies, hats, some shirts, different things like that. They'll all be linked.
There's a tank top
somewhere, and there's a tank top. Yes. Also, if you're checking us out on Twitter, you may notice a fancy little check mark next to the name now. We are verified on Twitter. So if you're looking for the correct We're Not the Experts Twitter. Look for that little check mark next to it. That's the one that you're after. So that's new, exciting. Also, be sure to check out w.gg. Get your all your hydration needs. They are very tasty, give you good energy, no crash. And you can use code Not Experts
Did
for
you
10%
see that
off your order.
they have Hydro one that's like a hydration now? I saw that the other day and I was
did
like,
not. I have to go check out. I need
I
to go
was like,
restock up on my W, dude.
I might have to try the hydration one.
Yeah. They got some great flavors too.
They got some wild ass flavors.
Yeah.
That
dude,
like
I love
the
it.
orange creamsicle thing, I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big orange cream fan.
Oh, I love like orange soda. Anything orange, I'm there for
Orange
it,
is
man.
a solid flavor.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'll have to go check that out. I have not seen that. I'll have to go. Like I said, need to restock on my W. So yeah, like I said, use code Not Experts at checkout. You'll get 10% off.
10%.
10%. And you'll help support the podcast.
And that's all that we ask for is your love and support.
Well, he asked for money. I just asked for support.
That to support.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. We will see you next episode. Have a good week.